According to the Motley Fool, right now has never been a better time to buy Lucid Motors stock. So we're going to dive into this article. I think there is a lot of valuable points that you guys will want to know if you are a long-term investor in Lucid Motors or if you are a trader in Lucid Motors, because the hype, the excitement is not gone revolving around the delivery dates, and I think we have only just begun. A lot of what we're going to talk about is going to revolve around the overall markets as well when we are talking about the potential for a gamma squeeze and a short squeeze, which I still think is going to happen by October 15th. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor, not a financial planner, so do not base any of your trades or investments based off of mine. Yes, I do own a ton of Lucid Motors. I have Lucid Motors trades, but that's not to say it's going to be a good investment or these trades will make money. That is only what I am personally doing. So with all of that out of the way, bit of a disclaimer, let's get into this video. So why there's never been a better time to buy Lucid Group stock. This electric vehicle company is living up to the hype. And the key points: Lucid has begun production at its Arizona facility. The company has lofty goals but is doing a good job staying on schedule. And third, Lucid stock has gone up in price, but it's a better buy now because there's less uncertainty. It seems like every week up and coming electric vehicle EV company Lucid makes headlines. On September 16th, Lucid was crowned the king of range as its Lucid Air Dream Edition sedan got an official Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) rated range of 520 miles, the highest of any EV ever rated by the EPA. As great as that news was, though, Tuesday was arguably the company's most encouraging announcement of the year. On Monday, Lucid kicked off its production preview week at its manufacturing facility in Casa Grande, Arizona, opening its doors to media analysts and other guests for the first time. It was all quiet on the Western Front until Lucid announced late Tuesday afternoon that it had officially started mass production of the Lucid Air and will begin customer deliveries in late October. At the time of this writing, why can't I speak? Shares of Lucid are up around 9% on the day and over 25% in the last month. Despite the higher price tag, there's never been a better time to buy Lucid Group stock. Here is why. Now we get into the juicy stuff. Some context. Expectations for Lucid were high even before it merged with Churchill Capital, a special purpose acquisition company, in mid-July. The company is directly challenging Tesla's Model S, Daimler's Mercedes-Benz S-Class line, and other luxury brands such as Porsche, Audi, and Tata Motors Jaguar. Lucid's competitive advantage is its technology. The company has been able to achieve performance, power, and range from an efficiently sized battery pack. Its integrated powertrain is developed in-house, which adds cost but leaves Lucid more in control of its design and production. The company's top-tier management team, flashy marketing, and unapologetically confident events and presentations have given investors some lofty targets. Guidance from its most recent investor presentation suggests 20,000 vehicle deliveries and $2.22 billion in 2022 revenue, growing to 251,000 deliveries and $22.8 billion in revenue by 2026, going from 0 annual deliveries to 251,000 annual deliveries in roughly 5 years would be an unprecedented feat. For comparison, consider that Tesla produced 510,000 vehicles in 2020 and generated $31.5 billion in revenue. Tesla is expected to deliver a record high 230,000 vehicles in the third quarter, and they're essentially comparing that to 5 years going from no vehicles to 251,000 vehicles. When it took Tesla, I mean, they've been around since 2008. They were in troubled waters, but they have been around even longer than that. I'm not sure exactly how long Tesla has been around, but you guys understand this is scaling up much faster than Tesla ever did. Now, living up to the hype, Lucid is young and unproven, so its projections should be met with some skepticism, but to its credit, the company continues to show investors that it can deliver on lofty expectations. For starters, its merger with Churchill gave the company around $4.4 billion in cash net of expenses, which it is using to accelerate spending, expand its manufacturing facility, and develop lower-end trims of the Lucid Air and Lucid Gravity SUV. On the demand front, Lucid has shown it can quickly grow reservations even before selling a single car. In its May presentation, Lucid announced reservations were over 9,000. In a June disclosure, it reported over 10,000 reservations, and 11,000 reservations were reported in late July. And as of yesterday's press release, Lucid now has over 13,000 reservations. On the production front, Lucid successfully opened its manufacturing facility, fine-tuned its car by building 89 pre-production models in June, entered mass production in late September, which was in line with its second half of 2021 estimate, and will begin deliveries in the fourth quarter. And finally, on the vehicle front, the Lucid Air exceeded the company's earlier range estimate. Management has been executing its vision well. In sum, Lucid has done just about everything it said it was going to do, and on time, which is impressive considering supply chain issues and the global chip shortage. Fewer unanswered questions. Just because Lucid has entered mass production doesn't mean it will be smooth sailing from here. The company will need to prove it can continue to generate demand, scale production, eventually reach positive operational cash flow, and become profitable in order to justify a higher valuation. However, it's safe to say there has never been a better time to invest in Lucid stock. And that's basically all you guys need to know from here. Will just read this last paragraph. A better buy despite the higher price. Over the last month, Lucid stock has gone up in value, but it's arguably a much better buy than it used to be because of growing reviews from Motor Trend, a favorable EPA rating, and the dawn of mass production. Investing in Lucid today still demands a high risk tolerance, but it's an easier investment to make now that Lucid is actually producing cars. This is something I have been talking about for a very long time when I make Lucid Motors videos on this channel, is the fact that they were not delivering a vehicle. So you have a whole group of investors that have been waiting for this moment, because a lot of investors, specifically in this whole last 6 months, don't want to invest in a company that is not producing anything. Lucid Motors has not produced a single dollar of revenue besides the the deposits on the pre-orders, which are refundable anyways. So the fact that they're increasing demand, that they're actually delivering vehicles, they're on task with what they have set out to do. Their EPA range estimates were even lower from the actual company of Lucid than they did come out from the EPA. Lucid's estimates were only 500 miles per charge. These EPA verifications are 520 miles per charge. So you guys understand the point here. There's a lot of investors that are waiting to buy the stock, but now that they're delivering a vehicle, it seems highly likely we'll see a lot more attention coming from outside investors. So that is definitely a great sign right there. But let's talk about the potential for a gamma squeeze, and really where we sit as far as a technical basis. We're sitting at about $25, which is really, since we rallied, and obviously seen this rally from $16.12 all the way up to about $28.38 per share at the high end. We've really been trying to figure out where we will bottom out at. It's really been about $25 is really the medium, consolidation phase, coming down to 25 right here, and then going back up to about 28.61, and then back down right now. But it's revolving really the price action around the overall stock market. Stock market is up right now, or I should say the stock market is up right now. So I do think next week will be positive. I think a lot of fears will start to die down with the Evergrande situation temporarily, as well as the whole debt ceiling situation. So I do think overall we will bounce back above 25 and then continue our rally up to about 28, where we will reach another level of resistance yet again. But I do think the whole gamma squeeze situation is very much in play. As we have talked about many times on this channel, the October 15th expiration date remains to be a highly concentrated expiration date for call options, and you guys are seeing a lot of open interest still increasing as the stock is going down. At the $25 strike, seeing about 15,000 for open interest. $26 strike, you're seeing almost 20,000. 8,800, 5,800, 2,200, and 16,000 for open interest at the $30 strike. So you're going to see a lot of buying that is going to be happening by the market makers if we do continue to climb. And really over $26, you're already going to see about over 3 million shares that would have to be hedged for by the market makers. That's going to give us that significant pop to hopefully continue on this rally. If we do get to about $30 per share, that could be the tipping point where you do see that gamma squeeze really start to kick in. Now, as far as the short squeeze as well, let's go type it into Ortex. It will only take 1 second. and we actually did see a small percentage of shorts that did cover as far as the estimations that we are receiving from Ortex, going down about 2%, but still considerably elevated at about 8.35% short interest. But what is really elevated is the number of shares that are sold short relative to the volume that we see on any given day. 45.29 million shares still being sold short, like I said, relative to the volume that we see in between, a low end of about 30 million volume and a high end of about, what's this, about 45 million in volume. So you guys get the point. It's still well over 1 day's worth of volume. Days to cover 2.48 days. Share utilization is at 65.42%. So I do expect the short interest to continue to climb after obviously we did come down a little bit, just because there is a lot of shares that are available to currently be sold short. You're seeing the free float on loan at 11.05%, likely to see the short interest going up, as you are seeing a bit of a gap of about a little bit over 3% between the free float on loan and the short interest percentage of free float. So overall, guys, I do think you can see a potentially large gamma squeeze as well as a short squeeze leading up to the October 15th expiration date. It's really going to come down to the fact of if the markets stop being so fearful, if the debt ceiling situation is resolved, if the whole Congress, Senate, debt infrastructure, all these bills, I don't get political. The only thing I even care about is the debt ceiling, because it directly affects my investments, where the market is going to go, whether it's to the upside or to the downside. But if all those fears start to die down, Evergrande will die down. It will come back in the next couple of weeks. If they do, technically default on their bonds and do not pay bondholders whatsoever, that will be a bigger issue. But in the meantime, by October 15th, like I said, if the fears do die down, you're looking at the potential to see a massive rally in Lucid Motors. So that's all I do have for this video. If you guys got any value out of this video, hit that like button for me, consider subscribing to the channel, as well as let me know down below in the comment section, are you still bullish on Lucid Motors, whether for the long term or do you just have trades in this? Let me know that information. If you guys want to support the channel, links down below for free stock to do that, as well as if you guys want to get access to all of my trades in real time, day trades, swing trades, long-term investments with stock options and or crypto, check out the link for the buy and sell alerts. We keep it very inexpensive, so anybody is able to join if they want to be a part of that program. So with all that being said, guys, I will see you in the next video.